How do I turn off the alert notification sounds on Windows?
So are we live?
We are live. I just don't know how to use the Do Not Disturb feature. And Windows is like, here, there's stuff from Dell and Razer and Alienware. I'm like, well, first of all, Alienware and Dell are the same people, so why are you sending me two alerts?
It's all true.
So, it's another Friday where we get together and play a little bit of D&D and have you guys ruin my world just a little bit further. I appreciate it. How have you guys been this week? It's been a chaos.
It's been chaos. Well, it's really been chaos for you guys. It hasn't been that chaotic for me. Although Peanut hasn't been able to go to daycare because she was sick, so it's been a little chaotic. But you have a child coming home with completely off schedule.
Oh, yeah.
It's way more chaotic.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah.
He has been...
Meg is not here today. She is celebrating Juneteenth somewhere.
I think she was celebrating it by camping?
It's a very not Juneteenth thing to do.
Well, like, I'm saying that's like right up there with like having a picnic for dead soldiers. Like,
yeah. Gee.
Come on, man.
Did she find anything less African American to do? Like go ice skating or something? Jesus.
So
picking a basic white people thing to do for
enter a house that has a haunted past.
Yeah.
Oh, I locked the chat in place. That's why. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna remove it. Sorry, everybody, for the chat. There we go. Hi, Walt.
So, last couple sessions, you guys have been exploring this house for this goblin by the name of Gara, who had a few of her companions go missing within its walls. While exploring this house, you met the Rafad individuals. Isa, the matron of the house, this tiefling noble woman who is fussy, to say the least. And then there's Hiras, who you haven't quite encountered quite as much of. But he seems to be this more stoic, Azamar, celestial-like figure who's too busy to be dealing with household endeavors. As well as Suna, the lizardfolk companion, who is just there to serve at the house's beck and call. While exploring, you learned that there was a baby shower, a celebration, which, come to find out, happened some time ago. You're not sure when, but it was not a good pregnancy. Things went wrong. The baby was born, you know that much, but there were problems. The Hira's family seemed to want to cover up this child, which was their shame.
Both in there.
Used a seance board and discovered that this infant has been calling you and has been trying to guide you to it so that you can take him out of the house. And this child was somewhere in the basement. You fought your way down into this hidden corridor that was barred up and hidden because it's just one more layer to cover their shame. You see this passage leading into what was once clearly a wine cellar. Yes.
Did the shock of learning that babies do not grow on trees knock Thistle out?
Yes. Why not?
Sure.
Learning that...
Seems as plausible as anything else.
Yes. Learning that these mammalian-like creatures incubate their young like small parasites within their bodies was just a little too much for the pixie to handle.
Do you like my new mug?
That's fair. It's really nice. Oh, is that what you got at the thing the other day?
Yeah.
We also got a whole set of bowls and little tiny
I heard.
saucers.
That looks really nice.
I was
nice.
really happy about them.
John
Looks
knows
like
most-
something Whoopi Goldberg would have made in
on 10-4.
Ghost.
Oh, I thought you meant like her character, like Guinan would have had it in 10-4. But...
No, I meant in Ghost while she was talking to dead Patrick Swayze, who's dead for real.
So,
But yeah, Caleb, you can just assume John knows almost anything that happens in this house.
I'm okay with that.
Especially once we're back in the office, it's like we just run out of things to tell each other, so we tell each other everything.
We have like weird boundary issues. It's fine.
We
No,
don't.
it's a good-
Excuse me. Our office has no such thing as boundaries.
Yeah.
We all know way too many things about each other.
It helps build that familial connection that you just want.
Look,
No?
when you know, you only truly trust people when they know all your secrets.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it's mutual destruction.
That's why everyone has nuclear weapons.
So, you guys make your way down these slabstone staircases. And as you descend, it gets musty. What were you on?
There are red bubbles on the Blink app. And I wanted to clear the notifications and it started auto-playing videos.
Okay. So, as you descend these stone slabs, you enter a fairly cluttered basement of a place that was meant to just be sealed away and abandoned. Immediately before you, along the far wall, a drain. Where are we audible? What are you fiddling with?
All I did was move the microphone.
Okay.
And I don't understand why the computer's yelling at me. I just moved it closer because it was like hidden behind my drinks.
So,
We're going to get through this today, guys.
I believe in miracles. Before you is this drain. You see the pipe works kind of working their way up to the washing bins in the room you just were. It seems to funnel that drainage down into this pretty large just drainage hole that has just been left open. Next to that drainage hole, you actually see some old abandoned portraits. They're pretty large, a good 3 by 5 feet, hand-painted acrylics and oil. It's a bunch of expensive canvases that have just been abandoned in here. You also see a small stone statuette next to those paintings. To the left of that is an enormous fiery furnace, meant to warm the entire house. And it currently is cold and left unattended. You see some pipework going up and going to the other side of the basement where the wine cellar actually is. It seems to be built out with a few loose bottles here and there, but overall it's all covered in dust, debris, loose pieces of wood, and rabble. And compared to the rest of the house, it's just been filled with noise, low murmurs. The only thing that's really audible is the dripping sound going into the well.
Senpai goes, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you all are here.
Why are you this? I try to set a mood, and you're like... you do that, and it is quiet.
Also, I put Thistle in her home after she passed out,
Oh, that's smart.
since I've got her house on my belt. Tucked her in.
Alright. You don't see a small child or anything like that immediately.
Is there any, like, disturbed earthy area?
Given the just generic appearance of this place, it's all like cobblestone, loose, not loose, but cobblestone, flat stone, granite slabs, just kind of patchworked around. This place was hewn into a cave, and so they basically just repurposed some old cavern slabs to create some of the structure itself. The primary things that you can explore and investigate a little bit further is the furnace, the well, the drainage thing, those paintings, and the wine cellar itself at the back of the furnace.
Going to assume that the child is probably not in the furnace. However, it does seem very unsafe to block access to the furnace off.
True.
I'm going to go to the well. I would like to make a perception check on the well.
You meander up. Go ahead and roll.
17 plus 7. You gotta keep on forgetting. 22.
22. And while she's looking at the well, what are you going to be doing, Gregor?
I'm going to see if I can lift the paintings and look at those.
Okay, very cool. We'll get back to that. As you look into the well, it seems to have been covered in mold over the years, and some moss has also intermingled with it, creating this ugly array of just different fuzzy textures going down. At the bottom, you do see this clot that has kind of built up there of... What did you roll for your...
22.
22? You can tell that they are humanoid, but they are not infantile. So it's not the correct shape to be this infant that you're looking for, but it is...
Was it like a murder power couple? Were they a murder power couple before they tried to have kids? I say that out loud to Gregor, by the way.
What does Gregor say?
Apparently Gregor just nods at me.
I don't think they are.
Alright, and I have some text that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. That's going to be generic. And if you can share it from the one thing and put it into the chat so they have it, that would be appreciated.
How are you sharing it to me?
I'm sharing it to Slack.
You make this difficult for me, aren't you?
I'm not sorry. Alright, so there are a total of 5 paintings and the small statue. Go ahead and give me a religion check, John.
Yes, indeed. 17.
17. You recognize this small creature on this small statue as Yondala, the halfling goddess of fertility and harvest. It was probably thrown down here. Give me an insight check.
Sure. 10.
10? You're not sure why this statue has been abandoned, given how much they care about having a child. But you know that this particular goddess is of fertility. And written at the base of the statue, it says, "For a family to be whole, one must know where to begin. Count on family to reveal the heart." The 5 paintings that are adjacent to it are numbered 1 through 5. The first picture is labeled The Crone. It is a portrait of Suna, the lizardfolk maidservant. She seems to gaze warmly towards the canvas. The second picture is The Chairman. It is a painting of Hirez Rafad and another gentleman. They seem to have this business partner type of stance. They're clasping hands and looking resolutely outward. The third painting is called The Maiden. This painting is Isa Rafad, sitting in a chair flanked by both her mother and grandmother. The fourth picture, which is by far the most unsettling of the set, is called Unfruitful. This painting is a bowl of tin fruit that are just rotting and decaying and covered in flies. And then the fifth and final painting is called Delight, a picture of a young person facing away from the viewer. Seems to be playing with some doll, like caring for it, but it's facing away from you, so you can only see the doll's face, which seems to be smiling.
None of these seem to be the whole family we saw upstairs. I mean, do we like... I go and I boop Suna's nose, and then I boop Hirueza's nose, and then I boop Isa's nose, and then I go over to the last painting and boop the doll's nose.
When you do all that stuff, nothing magical happens at that. I know you guys love escape rooms, so I figured I'd throw in this little one for you.
Yeah, this is very escape room-ish. Is there maybe something under one of the paintings, Senpai?
Do the paintings like pull away from the wall?
The paintings are loose. They are not attached to the wall themselves. They're kind of layered on top of each other in numerical order.
Oh, they're like... You mean like those poster things at the store where you like floop, 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 floop?
It's not
But
quite that
like...
tacky. They currently are
Way
framed.
to date yourself like we're hanging out at FYI looking at posters.
They still exist at Five Below. Klaus looks at them all the time.
They are currently framed nicely, which is where the tags are that you were able to read the titles.
Okay, but like, you said that they're stacked.
They're leaning on each other against the wall.
Oh, they're not hanging on the wall.
Correct.
I thought they were like hanging on the wall and we had to like...
No. They're...
Are they oil paintings or like what kind of paintings?
They're acrylic and oil paintings. So they're that not gaudy, but rich flavor type of just high art. If you guys want a hint of the riddle, you guys can either give me an inspiration token or...
I don't want to
Fiddle with
hint at the
something
riddle
else.
yet.
Okay.
Don't you know how escape rooms work? We will ask.
Yeah.
Hi, Kim. Walt said, is there space to hang the painting? Are there spaces on the wall to hang the painting?
Looking around, you don't see any hooks or anything meant to hang a painting from. These seem to have been taken from a place somewhere else in the house and just abandoned down below. But looking at the nature of the painting and how close it is tied to the statue, it seems to have all been part of the same set. Or come from the same place.
I do look at the backs of the paintings.
They're... give me a... perception check as you're looking them over.
$17. Your mom asked what the riddle is again.
Okay.
It is up on the Discord, Kim, if you have that.
So, there's 5 paintings. One of them on the, not the paintings, on the little statue of Yondala, it says, "For a family to be whole, one must know where to begin. Count on family to reveal its heart." As you're looking over the paintings seem mundane. There's nothing magical about the paintings themselves. But as you touch the statue, it seems to hold something to it, mechanical. Like you can rattle it and you can hear something clacking.
Like there's something inside the statue?
Yeah.
Is there any kind of a cipher or anything on the
The
idol?
only cipher that you saw was the riddle itself.
Does it like turn or move? Like,
No, you're pretty sure that whatever mechanical aspect of this thing seems to be triggered on. Give me an insight check or a investigation check.
big is the
Investigation
statue?
or perception. The statue is not that big. It's only about 12 inches tall.
And how big are the pictures?
The pictures are like 3 feet by 5 feet. They're giant pictures.
I got a 14 on my perception check.
You have a rough idea of how magic works. A lot of them require a magic word of some kind. You're pretty sure once you give the answer of the riddle, something will move into place and it will reveal whatever is inside the thing.
I go in order. And this is interesting. Did we know the baby's name?
No.
Is 17 the magic number?
42. I start introducing the statue. I pick it up and I hold it up to the paintings and like, this is Suna. She seems to know the most what's going on. This is, however you pronounce this, Haures? Hures. This is Isa. This is a bowl of fruit. I don't know why it's in here. I feel like this could be really important. Why are there 10 pieces of rotting fruit?
That's why I tried to count like everything together and came up with 17.
You're on the right train of thought.
Four. 6. 3, 6, 9. You'll find. No. Cool.
Somehow we should just started
The
saying
statue is a mobile statue. It is 12 inches. It has a little bit of heft to it. And there is a little bit of rattling inside. But there's nothing on it that moves. That was the answering for Walt.
Is there anything, Senpai, does there appear to be anything magnetic on the paintings?
No.
Okay. So it could be something number based.
3. They're a family of 3. Unless you count Suna, but I mean Suna, it's like, how is Suna relate? Like, is she just?
She's a maid.
Yeah, but like she seemed to be up there like running the baby show. So is she like an inherited maid? Like, did she raise one of them, and that's why she's around?
As a, not a big hint, but as a hint, each of the numbers are painted with are numbered from 1 to 5. So there is something about an order of these pictures that matter.
I pull out my black light and my luminol.
No, there's nothing like that you need. How dare you?
Go CSI on this.
And John, I believe you have an inspiration token if you decide to.
I do. I'll take a hint. That's
Okay.
fine.
The count on failing to reveal the heart. You do notice that the 10 pieces of fruit in the picture seems very specific. And unfruitful has 10 letters in it.
Two, 3, 4, 5 in crone. 8 in chairman.
But there were 10 pieces of fruit
6.
in that painting.
Yeah.
I'm just letting that be emphasized.
So there's one person in the crone picture. There's 2 people in the chairman picture. There are 3 in the maiden picture. There's 10 pieces of fruit in unfruitful. But that doesn't fit. So the last 2 are a slightly different pattern.
The 5th one has one notable thing in it. The child itself.
Walt pointed out that there's 5 in the word heart.
But you're on the right path. There's one person in crone. There's 2 people in the chairman painting. There's 3 people in the maiden painting. There's 10 in the fruitful painting. And there's 1 person in the delight.
But she's holding a doll.
Yes.
Or they. Is it
It's a child. It's
a child.
wearing those old, tiny little dresses that are genderless. So with that, there's also the rest of the room. You can move on past this rail if you decide that.
So there's 6 letters in family. There's 5 letters in heart. So is it 11?
You say both of those words, they do not. Nothing pops. Nothing happens.
There's 6 letters in pop pop.
There is.
Given the what you've learned so far about the riddle, you're pretty sure whatever word you're looking for only has 5 letters in it.
Infant. No, that's 6. Okay, I can't spell. This is a problem. Because I was going to say babies, but that's 6, but baby only has 4. Child!
As you say that...
I was doing the math of the letters in my head. So it's the C, the H, the I, the L, the D.
Very good, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait,
that is the riddle.
So C is the first letter. There's 1 person in the picture. H is the second letter of chairman. There's 2 people in that. There's 3 people. It's the 3rd letter. L is the 10th letter. And then D is the 1st letter. That was difficult. We're very rusty on our escape room skills.
We gotta start practicing, John.
As you say the command word, the statue moves and takes a different pose, moving its cornucopia to the side, revealing a ring that she had hidden within her.
1 ring to...
So, if you guys want to just steal the statue, which is good for just storing small objects, you can. But there is clearly
Put in the bottom of the statue. That's a joke.
So, as you see the small ring with a little hummingbird on it, you do recognize this ring as the wedding band that Isa wore. But it's more than just a wedding band. It is clearly a magical ring. You're not sure what it does, but it's a beautiful ring.
Does it look like one of those ones? Oh, you didn't grow up around here, so that actually wouldn't make sense to you. The Philadelphia Zoo used to have these rings, and they were like magnetic on the end, and you could put them in places, and it would tell you things.
They have something like that now still, but not rings. They have like little tiny plastic keys for...
Yeah, but the ring made me think of that. Like, was there a place to put the ring? Like, is there an indentation somewhere where the ring, like, fits into it?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Is it like a signet ring?
It's more just an ornamental, pretty, flowery ring.
Okay.
All right.
My sister said that with the smoothing that happens on streaming, you and I look alike.
So, we got a haircut about the same time, so it's growing out about the same length. Hopefully we can start differentiating us with our haircut that she's getting tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm getting my haircut tomorrow. You
So
should all
that'll
be
be
very
nice.
proud of me. I made a phone call and booked a hair appointment.
That's impressive.
She only looked over for me to, like, feed her lines, like, 3 times.
And then I messed up. Like, I really thought I said the time out loud, and apparently I didn't. And there was this really long, awkward pause.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
So, you have this ring. Does anybody grab it or the container or anything?
Yeah.
I
we
want the
should-
container.
I'll pick them up. We can take them with us.
Alright. You are still in this basement looking for a child. The only 2 things you haven't explored, 3 things you haven't explored fully. There is that well, which there's that clot of people at the bottom that you guys can try to rip into if you're so inclined.
Do we have climbing gear on us? Like, how are we going to get down there?
Well, not my problem. Depends on what you have on you. There's the furnace, and then of course there's the wine cellar itself, which has or the wine wall.
Did you base this on The Servant?
A little bit.
This basement sounds like the basement from The Servant.
Yeah, it's a little bit based on that.
Are there any good vintage wines on the wall that we could, like, sell?
Give me
Or are they
a
broken?
investigation check as you're going through the wine rack.
Ooh.
Is there a dirty red-headed Weasley boy down there anywhere?
20. Dirty 20.
As you go to the wine cellar, begin pulling out wine bottles. You're pretty sure that the family took out all the really nice wine bottles, but you do find some that are definitely upper mid-tier that are like, oh, I can hold on to that one. So you do find a...
How many gold pieces worth of wine do I find? Or jade or whatever. Shield? Jade?
How many bottles of wine do you find?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and just say you got 4 bottles of wine that you're going to have to
All right.
figure out what to do with.
I like take off my cloak and wrap the bottles in my cloak to protect them and shove them in my bag.
Great.
I like it.
However, with such a high investigation roll, you also figure out that the wall has been built, or the wine wall has been built a little bit further in, or has been moved recently, since the pipe of the furnace seems to go into the wine rack itself.
Is this like a Count of Monte Cristo thing going on here? That's not what I wanted. Like, was it Count of Monte Cristo where they built them into a wall?
Yeah. He buried him in the wall.
It would not take much effort to destroy this wine rack, if you're so inclined.
I open one of the other wine bottles and take a sip.
All right. That's a good question. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Really?
Yep.
That's when you roll low?
Yep.
Wait. It's a 6 total.
You uncork it, take a quick swig, and immediately vomit as you realize that you basically just tried to chug vinegar.
Ugh.
Alright, well, so, I throw the bottle, like, I pour the bottle into the well. See if we could, like, clean off any of the bodies with the vinegar.
Yeah, you hear that light sizzle as the poor mold is trying to run away from the vinegar which you poured on it, and it's killing it.
Okay, Hey has dark vision. Can I use a animal handling check to have Hey peer down the well and see if he sees anything?
Well, all of you have dark vision, I believe.
Do I have dark vision?
That's why you were able to see the clot in the first place.
I forgot I had dark vision.
Okay.
I forgot I was half orc.
It's fine.
Is there anything we
Okay,
can light on fire to toss down the well and see if it like illuminates anything? Before we start pulling the wall apart, I feel like the wall's the place to go, but I'm really curious about these bodies in the well.
Hey, Walt, what proof of alcohol do you need to light something on fire? Thank you. While he's coming up with that,
I start taking other bottles out of the wall and like setting them down because I really don't want to fight on a slippery floor.
oh, that's smart.
Thank you.
Makes sense, yeah.
Gregor, you see Senpai removing the bottles in plans of removing this part of the wall, expecting something behind it. Does Gregor say anything, bring forth any advice, have any other statements, or how are you helping if you don't have any problem with it?
Yeah, I'll help take down the bottles. I don't think I have any other advice. I think we're on the right path. We have to break into this wall.
All right. So once all the bottles are removed, you just basically have this back and forth. 40 proof. Thanks, Walt.
But it needs to be heated first.
Ah.
You do know you
It's not
can
gonna
look
happen.
right here and your poor blind eyes can probably read better. It's
Yeah, that's
a lot
so much
closer
better.
than there.
Caleb, since I am a thief by nature, can I examine the wall to see if there's any door or anything that I see?
Well, that's perfect. Go ahead and give me a intelligence proficiency check. Absolutely, you can.
19.
19. You can tell that this thing was quickly and rushed put into place. With all the bottles out of the way, you don't need to dismantle the entire thing. I mean, you can just pull on one side and it'll move.
Okay.
So you're like, I got this. You reach over, you grab the one side, and you pull it over, revealing this.
Is he strong enough to do that? I mean, Gregor's
Oh, yeah.
got a low strength score.
No, that's fine. He is able to move the simple oak shelving to one side, and behind you see this dried, mummified, football-sized creature shoved into the far corner, not looking at you, just kind of curled up and gazing towards the wall.
Is it the baby that I saw in the crib?
It would be if it were hydrated.
Ugh. Dehydrated baby.
I prick my finger and drip some blood in its mouth.
That's dark. This got dark. Vampire baby?
Blood? Okay, you have to understand that we have spent the last week discussing the way magic works in his world so we can work through some storytelling devices and him emphasizing how much magic is in blood. So...
All right.
Anyway, so you drip some blood into this desiccated corpse's being. You haven't touched the corpse yet, I assume.
No. My other instinct is to dump alcohol on it.
But as you drip blood onto this creature, you get a very clear sense of, help me.
How can I help you? Can I use my ranger
Give me an
talents to
insight check.
mind meld with it like Spock?
Use your what?
My ranger.
No! Give me an insight check. John, you can also roll this one. You would know from the seance.
8.
But that was a week ago, so
I rolled a 19
Oh
again.
no, insight is 10.
Okay. John, you remember that the creature wanted to leave. He was forgotten and abandoned. He just wants to leave the damn house.
All right, so why don't we grab the baby,
I pick up the baby.
dehydrated raisin, put it in our bag and go.
What did
You're-
what did I use to wrap Thistle in when I was pretending she was a baby?
You wrap this desiccated child in the same cloth that you...
Had wrapped Thistle in when we were pretending Thistle was a baby.
Alright, that works.
This poor child was shoved in a wall. I'm going to treat it with a little bit of kindness and respect.
As you wrap and actually hold the baby like it's a baby, you turn around, look at the exit, and you see Miss Isa standing at the base of the stairs. She glares at the two of you and says, "That monster is not my child. Leave it."
If the monster is not your child, then you have no problem with me taking it.
I can't have that exist. Leave it, and you can leave.
Look, the
right now.
look, you have object permanence. You're older than the baby. Just because you shove it in a wall doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Fair.
Let us put it to rest so it leaves you alone.
You see her kind of just clutch the fabric where her stomach is. She goes, "There's enough space in there for the three of you."
Ooh,
And she
good.
phases away. And you feel the furnace move, creak, and you feel the fire within its, which has long died. You feel the fire in it erupt, burn, and the furnace will be attacking you. Roll initiative.
Really glad that I didn't cover the floor in alcohol by just breaking the bottles.
Oh, that would be great.
Wouldn't be good. 7.
20.
Nice. You're going first.
Well, I'm angry. Except I've got a baby in my arm.
Oh, is that 7 plus your dex? So you rolled like a 2?
Oh, no, you're right. 12.
Okay.
Sorry. I always forget that.
It's all good.
When we're in person again, it'll be easier because we can see your rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can be like, that's not right.
that'll be helpful.
So, Gregor.
I'm not,
Not Gregor. Senpai.
Yes.
You're holding this child, and the furnace is kind of in between you and the staircase. You're on like the very far side of the basement. You have to walk towards the furnace and then up the staircase.
I use my action
Okay.
to put the baby into Hey Hey's carrier.
That's adorable.
I have to free up my hands. My bonus action will be... So she's gone. We can't attack her.
Yeah, she phased out. She's a ghost or something.
I guess Hey Hey's gonna charge and attack the furnace?
Alright, go ahead and try.
Ooh, Hey Hey actually hit something for once. Where is my buddy?
It's a giant unmoving
I have to get-
deal of 10. It's not the hardest thing in the world.
So that's an 18 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit.
Oh, I need a D8. Ooh. 11.
So Hey Hey goes all Bruce Lee on the
Oh
side
wait,
of
he
this.
charged! Did he manage to move 20 feet?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because he's going from one side of the house to the other. So yes.
plus 2 more. I think.
I'm going to assume
Yeah.
yes.
And
So
it's slashing damage, to be specific. And the creature must succeed a strength saving throw.
or be what?
Or be knocked prone.
It can't be knocked prone.
Why
It's
can't
a furnace.
Why can't I knock the furnace prone with my chicken?
So your chicken goes like starts bludgeoning it, treating it like one of those in Chinese martial arts films, those wooden men. It basically goes up and does all those routines.
And then he takes a few steps back. Because I'm assuming a furnace also doesn't get attacks of opportunity, because that would make no sense. If the furnace can't fall prone, The furnace shouldn't be able to make an attack of opportunity.
It's spent all of its movement going up to the furnace. It doesn't have enough movement to leave.
I think you're making things up. You just want to cook my chicken.
Do you want to back away from the furnace?
You said no. It's fine.
Okay.
Just you know the penalty if Hey dies.
He is on fire, so he will be medium.
What?
No, not Hey. The furnace is on fire, so he could be medium well, and he could be quite delicious. So, Grigor, what do you do?
Russian.
You see the chicken go up and just start Bruce Leeing the furnace.
Surprised Hey's not jealous about the baby's position.
Hey is resolute in his goals. Jealousy is a lesser person's emotion.
I don't know if like using the bow and arrow is going to do anything to a furnace.
I mean, the chicken did.
It did rip that massive pipe out, so it has this massive pseudopod effectively to slam against anyone in this basement right now.
We do know that most of the wine is turned to vinegar, and vinegar is not flammable.
True. All right, so I will throw a bottle of wine at the furnace.
All right, give me a range attack. Like you're using a bow or something.
12.
12 will hit in an unmoving thing. Now, because you're using vinegar, go ahead and roll your effectively bow damage and add sneak attack damage on top of it as you're specifically attacking the fire itself within it. Because that is some messed up, weird meta level nonsense. And I love it.
12 damage.
Alright. Whew. After that, the creature gets to move. It takes its massive pipeline tentacle and attempts to wrap itself around Senpai and the baby. As it grazes your skin, you realize that it's stoked and hot because of the fires inside of it. Go ahead and give me a... Oh, I'm attacking you. You are grappled. And you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm unconscious.
Oh, that's great.
Why did you not have any hit points?
I had 4.
So you see Senpai go, oh no,
Oh. This is bad. I can't wait to create a new character.
So, after that, it's your turn.
I would like to attack the furnace again.
Go ahead.
Does
Hope this thing doesn't have 200 hit points.
Hey, is that...
It's a tin can, so...
19.
19 will hit. It has an armor class of 10.
Ooh, max damage, 12.
It does not look well maintained. Hey was able to get a good group of attacks because its appendage is distracted. And you realize he got some of the damage on the limbs specifically. And it seems looser than it was before.
Does Senpai like fall out of it? Ugh.
No. After that, give me a death save. Do not tell them if you succeeded or what. What is that?
That would be a nat 20.
Well, then you have 1 hit point.
Woo!
And you're no longer dying.
Can I heal myself?
No.
Oh.
It's at the end of the turn. You have 1 hit point. Good job. Gregor, so much for the fun is he alive or is he dead thing.
So how far am I from the furnace?
You're 30 feet.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to chuck another bottle at the furnace.
If anyone else was wondering, in addition to Kim, vinegar can put out fires because it is mostly water, but if you mix it with baking soda, it is actually a very effective fire putter outer because of the carbon dioxide. So if we see any baking soda, we should chuck that at the
Keep that in mind.
Fire
I
safety
rolled an
in D&D. Go ahead and give me your attack roll.
I rolled an 11.
Okay, that hits the armor class of 10. Again, it does not move. Go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage as you're turning the furnace into a wino. A vinegar.
9 damage.
Whoa.
You like vinegar.
Not in place of wine. That sounds terrible. This boiler is not looking great. It's on its last leg, if it had any. It will attempt to slam into Grigor, who is using the wine as a weapon. It will miss terribly.
Nice.
So what do you do?
I would like to use a healer's kit on myself.
Oh, because you have that fancy new feat.
Yeah. And that does... Did I write it down? Where am I stupid again?
For now, just roll a d6 and add wisdom.
D6 add wisdom. Okay.
That's sweet pea. Oh, my sweet pea.
6. So I got 9. I have 10 hit points now.
Very nice. And what does Hey Hey do?
Hey is going to attack the furnace again.
Because Hey Hey is just...
Well, Hey Hey's now extra mad. I think Hey Hey should get the additional D6 from the rage Hey Hey feels at watching Senpai fall unconscious.
You want me to give Hey Hey advantage every time you fall unconscious?
No, I want you to give Hey Hey an extra D6 damage every time I fall
Oh
unconscious.
no, I'm not doing that.
Let's try them.
15?
15 will hit.
6.
6 damage. Hey Hey rips the, down kicks on the tubing, knocking the arm off. And the furnace is basically just stuck there. And as he finishes ripping into this contraption, the fires fade and the embers are just smoldering at this point. As plumes of smoke enters the room. You are the weirdest player. So,
Is the baby corpse intact?
yeah, you
Okay.
well protected that thing. And it crushed your closer to the pelvis and lower large intestine region, not up here towards your chest cavity. So, it's fine.
Alright, I head towards the stairs. I'm assuming we're out of combat.
Yes.
Alright, I head towards the stairs.
You ascend the stairs, and as you're ascending, the house itself seems to slowly fall apart. The beams that are some of the flooring fall, not aggressively, but you notice that the house is decaying with each step you take.
Every step I take, every...
Grigor, as you guys are leaving, are you before or behind, or where are you standing in relation to...
I'll go first in case something pops out so we don't lose the baby.
In that case, Grigor, as you ascend first, you enter the washroom. And compared to the nice carpeted areas, the nice hardwood floorings, which have been nicely waxed, the wash tubs and everything nicely stocked, the place has fallen into disarray been looted. The wallpaper's been ripped apart. The place is rotted. And there's just a smell of death and decay that lingers on the nose. And as you step up and around the corner, you see Isa again. Just standing there. This time, please, just put the thing back. And I'll give you this. And she holds out this golden chained amulet. Put the kid back and I'll give you the riches. I'll give you whatever you want.
We want the baby to be at peace.
Agreed.
You see Isa take the amulet. It enters her arm and dissolves into vapor. She gets this look of just anger. Goes, I warned you. And she herself also turns into vapor, leaving the hallway open, and you can see the foyer ahead of you. The doors are wide open, leading to the street.
Do we run for it?
As well.
As you begin to run, you hear a scream behind you as the doors slam. Give me a Constitution saving throw from both of you. And a hey.
14.
14 is just enough.
19 for me. Oh, hey. 6 for hey.
6 for hey. Hey falls unconscious.
Like dead unconscious or just unconscious?
0. You take 7 points of damage, and Senpai and Gregor, what did you roll?
14.
That was just enough. You also just take 7 points of damage. As you see this ethereal, ragged, obsessed version of Isa behind you. And the last thing she says is, that cancer will never see the light of day.
Oh boy.
And her appearance is elongated. Her fingers are twice as long as they were before. Her features become more gaunt. Her eyes more hallowed with lack of sleep.
I look up and say, have you considered therapy?
Roll initiative.
I rolled a 6 with my dex.
I rolled a 5 with my dex.
Alrighty then. She will rush you since you are so rude and will slash through you.
I really hope that doesn't hit.
She only got a 7, so you back away realizing her
Go, whoa,
finger.
just a suggestion, you'd be happier.
What is wrong with you?
I'm on fire today.
Gregor, you're next. She is still the same, 5'6" tall, but her limbs have stretched out to be as long as she is tall. Her hair seems to be floating in water, but none of it is peaceful.
Maybe we should have set the well on fire.
Seriously.
So what do you do?
Is that where they are? Are they the bodies in the well? Or are they the bodies in the well? Or are they the bodies in the
That's a very different...
The bodies in the world.
Guess we gotta fight, right?
Yep. So what do you do? She's trying to prevent you from leaving.
Out!
Intimidation
I
check.
am going
Success.
to. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. You're next.
Oh. I'm going to fire my bow at her.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
16.
16 will probably hit. I did not write down the armor class because I'm a fool. Yes, definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. It's not sneak attack.
Okay.
Because right now Senpai does not have a weapon drawn, I assume?
Probably.
You probably do. Go ahead and add sneak attack.
Okay.
She seems way too fixated on getting this child away.
I probably would have pulled out my dagger.
13 damage.
All right. The arrow goes through her, but you see it kind of warp like it's going through water as it comes in contact with her. But it goes through her and pings against the door frame.
Nice.
After you, it is the creature's turn.
I thought the creature already went. When do I get to go?
Oh, you're right. It's your turn. My mistake.
Can I use my healing kit on a bonus action?
No.
It has to be a full action?
Yeah.
Alright, I use my healer's kit on Hey.
Okay.
Gets 5 hit points back.
It's better than nothing.
And I can't use my healing spell on a bonus action, right? That's a full action.
Correct.
I look up at her and I say, well, now you've made me mad. You almost killed my chicken, and cast Hunter's Mark.
Oh, nice. She will...
Because I'm assuming Hey can't.
Correct. Summoning sickness. So, she will attempt to cleave into your soul.
I dodge.
You don't.
I'm probably going down.
I rolled minimum damage, so you take 5.
I'm down. I think. 1 second. Oh, yeah. I'm unconscious again.
Oh boy.
Does that mean Hunter's Mark drops?
Yeah.
Does that man.
And she looks over your body and seems to be reaching still towards you. So, Gregor, you're next.
I guess I'm going to... am I close enough to use my rapier?
You can easily close that distance.
All right, I'll do that.
You still get sneak attack because Hey is providing you that ally you need. So
Nice. I rolled a 17 this time for
that'll
attack.
definitely hit. Yep.
11 damage.
Okay. You poke at her, and you do have some resistance as your rapier goes through, but it is wispy and ethereal in nature. But as your rapier goes through, she does react to it, looks back at you, and goes, "If you want to live, just give me the child."
Not happening.
It's my turn.
Yep. So what does Hey do?
Do you want me to make my death roll first? Or do
No,
you want
that's
Hey to
last.
attack her first?
Let Hey attack first because the death save is the last thing you do.
Lets out a mighty war cry.
There's your inspiration token back.
Yeah. He's really bad that I've gone down twice and charges her. And, assuming a 6 does not hit.
Correct. So he...
Does Hey get an inspiration token?
No. Well, you can use your inspiration token you just got for that.
I'm pretty sure I should probably use that in case I fail a death save. Just a hunch.
Okay. Well, that was your turn then. Go ahead and give me a death save. Roll. Do not share it with the class. Unless it's a 20 or a 1.
Is it my con?
No. It's just a d20 roll.
Oh. I don't know what that is.
I know what that is.
You're not gonna tell me?
No, why would I do that? So,
How am I supposed to know if I need to use my inspiration token? If you don't tell me.
I'll let you know.
If
Cool.
I die, I'm gonna be really pissed at you.
Yeah, it's fine. So after your attempted death, it goes back to her turn. She turns around and goes, if you won't let me just take the child, I'll take you then. And she attacks Grigor. Probably misses. 10? Grigor?
Yeah, my armor class is 15.
Okay, no. So she slashes at you. You dodge out of the way. And after her turn, we go back up to the top. Oh, no, that was the top. Grigor, you're next, though.
Alright, I'm gonna rapier that bitch again.
Dodge and poke.
$15.
15 will definitely hit. You're rolling really well. And don't
Sneak
forget
attack again, or just
Yes, sneak attack again because Hey has not dropped yet.
And 13 damage.
Okay. She looks like she's starting to break up, but there's enough fight in her that you're pretty sure that she's planning to take a chunk out of you if she can just land a decent hit. But she might drop. It's getting close. Then after you, Hey. What does Hey try to do?
Anastasia told you to dodge like the badass rogue you are, Grigor.
Nice.
Hi, Anastasia. Well, Hey hits. Hey mad. I think Hey should get his D6 for that roll, because that's like a 20.
Why are you this D6
one?
No. If you want to burn that inspiration token, I'll let you get it.
We both know why I'm holding on to that inspiration token.
It's worth a shot. Go ahead.
I really, I can't decide who I would play next. It would probably end up being a Tabaxi. And then I'm going to have to wear cat ears on the stream. So, is that what you want? Do you want me showing up with cat ears on?
Make your attack roll. Damage roll. Damage roll. You already hit.
I thought you meant death roll and you were just saying...
No.
8.
8?
Wait, no, wait. 9.
Okay. Hey goes flying through Isa, and she's like, why is the dinner attacking?
Senpai really wants to make a quip from beyond the grave.
What would she say? He say?
Senpai would be like, anyone who tries to make Hey dinner is really confused about this chicken.
Sure. So after you make that death save again, low is bad, high is good. Is that a 1?
I'm going to use that inspiration token.
Oh boy.
So.
I'm going to use the inspiration token.
Okay. If you use the inspiration token, you auto-stabilize. You do end up with a scar if you want to think about a cool scar.
I use the inspiration token.
Think of a cool scar. You're stable, you're not conscious.
He's just right. Like banshee claws right down the face of somebody.
That's cool. So, I'm going to have to redo that art.
Oh boy.
I'm so annoyed. Can you make it some other part of your body? Fine, it's the face. Whatever.
Fine.
Your choice.
There's now a slash. Since she was probably reaching for the baby, there's a slash down his shoulder.
Ooh.
Is that happier?
Yeah.
You like that better?
The neck is much easier to
Good one.
do lines on. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So.
It's true love right there.
So after the banshee, you're stable. You're not dying anymore. You would have died.
I really don't want to make a new character today.
That's fair. After your effective turn, very well done, it's back to her turn, and she is very annoyed that the one remaining person isn't just allowing her to take back her one regret. Hits hard for 9 points of damage as she just rakes into you.
So you gave me Logi's inspiration token.
All right.
Are you still conscious?
Yeah, I still have 13 hit points. I was fine. I was only like 3 down coming into this.
Oh. La-di-da.
The healer keeps trying to tank.
I know.
That's a problem.
No.
Okay, Grigor, what do you do?
I'll use my rapier again. That's fine.
All right. The chicken is keeping you very well flanked, so you're doing great. Keep it up.
15 damage. That was a good one.
15 damage?
Yeah.
You plow through it and you just feel Isa dissolve.
Good.
Her presence seems to have dissipated from here, but you feel it coagulating and coalescing somewhere else.
Eat it, bitch.
It's going to take her some time to reform.
Kim pointed out he did miss the encounter with the tigers, where a lot of the damage was taken.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I was drunk.
So the door is open. You have an unconscious companion carrying another unconscious companion. And hey. What do you do?
Let's get the hell out of here. Let's try to find some cover and get a rest.
So you just try to drag Senpai out of the house?
Yeah, I'll throw Senpai on my back.
Give me a strength athletics check.
It's not going to be good.
Too bad. This'll can't wake up for just this part. Look, if I text Meg and ask her if Thistle would carry my unconscious body out, can that happen?
I rolled a 14.
That is good enough.
Thank God.
You drag your companion out of the house, and as this child leaves the threshold of the building, the house, which seems to dissolve with every step that you take,
Every step you take.
it just dies the moment that the kid crosses the threshold. You look back inside the house and it's quiet. The wallpaper is rotted, uninhabited. The place is dark. You smell the mold coming from the basement.
Hey tells Grigor in chicken, so Grigor can understand, that this would make an awesome hideout since everyone thinks it's haunted, and that maybe we should think about renovating the inside and moving in.
Okay, we'll think about that.
That is a thought.
He's very pragmatic.
The bushes, which were nicely pruned and maintained before, are now these wild pieces of vegetation. Weeds have strangled the beautiful flowers that once were there. The cobblestones have cracks in them leading out to the entryway. There is no sign saying baby shower. And the place is dark and quiet and unpleasant. But you hear in the back of your mind a single voice that says, "Thank you."
Nice.
What are we? Does the body disappear?
No, there's
just
still a corpse
punt it down
attached to
the
you.
hill.
So what are we gonna do with it? Wow.
Just punt it down the hill. We're good. Done.
Hey starts like digging a hole with his
Eat it to
claws.
Hey.
Like a puppy.
And you bury the thing outside.
Yeah. Like, what else are we gonna do with it?
What do you do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, Senpai's unconscious. So
Hey,
Hey
this
Hey
logical
doesn't
chicken
really
thing.
like the idea of cooking anything because he's very sensitive about cooked meat.
Why would we cook the baby anyway?
Like, to cremate it.
I mean, I don't think you call that cooking.
He's a chicken. When dead things go on fire, people eat them.
Okay.
So, in his chicken mind, he would start digging a hole.
Okay.
Kim thinks that we should take it to a healing temple and get it blessed.
Well, look, the last time we did anything where we tried to get something healed, we wound up with those 2 annoying goddamn pixies that I don't want any part of. So I will boot this baby down the hill before I take it to any healer or anything. Not doing that again.
No.
I really love that Bar and B made an impression. Caleb, we need to make a Bar and B shirt. By the way, there is a new shirt up on DungeonHavoc.com to show your love of Dungeon Havoc. If anybody wants to check it out, you can get...
You really should make a t-shirt for those annoying pixies.
They're pixies without wings. They would look like elves.
Well, they have wings
They
now.
got their wings put back on.
Oh, that's true. They do have wings presently. Man, they're the worst.
She said also to get Senpai healed would be the other reason to take me to a healing temple. And Walt pointed out that their wings are stapled on. We could make a shirt where it looks like pixie wings are stapled onto your back.
Oh my god.
That's amazing. Such a great idea.
That's so messed up. I love it. Got little tiny blood driplets coming from the tube.
I love it.
So yeah, Hey Hey's trying to bury the body. I don't know if Grigor's helping. Senpai's unconscious.
Yeah, I get it. I'll help, just so we don't have to, I don't have to deal with this anymore.
You're like, fine, whatever. Give me a, let's see how good of a hole you did. Give me just a flat strength check.
What about
from both of you.
Okay. Well, Hey
11.
rolled an 18 and then gets a +2 to strength.
So Hey was a burrowing chicken or a burrowing owl in his past life, so he digs this perfectly sized mini coffin space for this desiccated mummy baby.
He also sings the Song of Sorrow from the chicken. It really just sounds like a rooster crow, but...
A single tear rolls down his cheek.
He is also trying to make a cross out of 2 of his feathers as a grave marker. Hey Hey's a very sensitive soul.
And while this is going on, Grigor, you have 2 unconscious companions behind you.
Yep.
As you're just doing all this work with the chicken. Do you say anything? Or what? Like, what is Grigor's thought process as he's helping a chicken
Dig a hole.
bury a baby?
He's not happy about it. I will, I am going to, while Senpai is unconscious, I'm going to take one of the bottles of wine that she stole and put in her thing. I'm going to try to drink that.
Mm. These 4 bottles are well preserved. And it's of a quality that it can actually age well. And as you uncork it, a nice aroma hits you. Various
Nice.
fruits from around the eastern seas.
So I have 3 now. Update my notes.
You take a drink of it. And you have 3 temporary hit points.
Great. I'll take it. All right.
That would have been good to know a few moments ago, but now you know.
I'm going to spill
So
out
we-
a little of the wine for the homie baby.
Me, baby.
Do you pour it
On the
into the
grave.
grave, like on the baby?
Sure. Try to hydrate it a little bit.
It's now a little more flammable.
Yeah.
So, like, how many temporary hit points are in the bottle? Like, if he puts the cork back in, like, do we have, and does he know this, that we have healing potions of a sort?
They aren't healing potions.
Temporary hit point potions?
he is aware that they grant temporary hit points, and he does have.
But
the
I'm
wand.
saying, like, how many are per bottle? Like,
Yeah,
how
no,
many
not-
doses per bottle?
You don't know.
You're useless.
You're welcome. You didn't ask those questions. So, Grigor, you bury a baby. You have unconscious companions. What do? It's just you and a chicken, and the chicken is just distraught,
So if he
weeping
pours,
above Senpai's body.
if he pours some of the temporary hit point wine into Senpai's mouth,
You're not there. You're unconscious.
I'm just wondering out loud.
Yeah, if I dump some wine into her mouth, will she at least wake up?
He.
Or he? Sorry,
You're
so sorry.
misgendering somebody.
Go ahead and roll a dex check to see if you can do so without spilling. It's not that hard.
Senpai died with his mouth open.
18.
18. You cram some down into Senpai's throat. Go ahead and roll a d4.
One.
You're now unconscious with 1 temporary hit point. So, Gregor. Senpai's not drowning.
But if I'm stabilized, why don't I wake up with that?
It takes some time to wake up.
But like, he just splashed water in my mouth. I feel like that's a wake-upable event. It's like as good as smelling salts.
Ah, sure.
Alright, I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on myself now. Then I'm awake.
Weak. So, I really was more curious about what Gregor would have done if you guys had just remained unconscious. Would he have just left you and just gone home? Or...
No, I would never do that.
That's a shame.
Would you have waited until I woke up or tried to drag our bodies back? I mean, hey would have helped you.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably would have waited a little bit to see if you woke up.
I like the idea of him dragging your body by the 2 legs, having your head, like, rocked on every cobblestone down the street.
Hey would have used my ponytail to lift my head up.
That's fair.
So can I get my...
Yes, you can get all your stuff back. You have 1 temporary hit point,
Did I get
plus whatever you just rolled.
5. I'm assuming we're going to go take a long rest.
Yeah, we're going to try.
Alright, so are we heading back to the tavern?
Yep, it's about that time.
Do you think that What's-Her-Face is going to be there? Amalgamate? Agara?
She told you where she was going to be.
She did. Did I write it down? Where is she going to be?
I don't remember that.
In the bazaar of the...
Your handwriting is the best. You know that she works in the bazaar.
Taverns district?
I think that's supposed to be
Taverns?
taverns.
In the bazaar, in the taverns district. That's
She
what
works
I
in the
have.
bazaar, and the bazaar happens to be the district where the Holy Hops Tavern is.
Oh! That should-
Taverns district is a possessive. Not that you use apostrophes.
I just used an apostrophe.
Okay.
So I'm gonna we should go find her and let her know what happened first.
You make your way over to her stall. She's not hard to find. She runs a nice silk and clothing shop, and being a moon weaver, she has reams of this fine silk. And as you enter, you see her. She says, "Give me one moment," to a customer that she's currently talking with, and comes over and goes, "So what did you find?"
Some timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly nonsense and a dead baby. And a banshee.
All true.
Did you find my companions?
Well, there was a bunch of dead people in a well.
That's unpleasant.
I was unconscious when we left the house. Grigor, did anybody else, pop out? Did the house spit other people out?
No, not that I saw. Nope.
What smells? Oh no, you buried the baby. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I mean, there was a dead baby in this carrier. Do you have anything?
Yeah, we're
that
not
takes
carrying
out-
around a dead baby.
Do you have anything that takes out dead baby smell? Although technically speaking, that baby was dead long enough, it probably didn't smell anymore.
No, it didn't. But if you were carrying around a dead baby, that's a whole different can of worms. So
You said it was mummified,
it was mummified.
so it shouldn't smell.
True.
Mm. Anyway, so Agara looks somberly. Well, thank you for helping me with this problem. I'll look into finding their bodies and getting them buried properly. Thank you for making the barrows a little bit safer today.
It's our pleasure.
We
We work
also
at
made
Chick-fil-A.
great chicken.
Our pleasure.
If you guys are amiable and you seem interested in making sure that the bears are safe, would I be able to call on you again to perform less polite gestures to make sure that the bears are safe?
100%. I'm down.
She's mildly taken aback by the abruptness and the certainty you have without hearing any other details.
The more
Do you-
chaos, the better. I'm in.
I asked her, I was like, do you have any smelling salts for a pixie?
No.
Our pixie friend was very disturbed to hear that babies don't grow on trees, and she seems to be unconscious from this news.
Right. Well,
Do you like my French braid I just did?
I'm very impressed. You won't be able to do that soon with that haircut you're getting.
I know, I'm so excited.
But
Super short.
with that, she pulls out a small to-go container. You know, those like
Of
2x2 drink holders of potions.
Ooh, we're getting paid in potions?
She
Like
goes,
that.
I don't have much in money, but I do know a group that is able to make the potions. So please take these as thank you for this effort.
So what are they?
You get 4 potions of Cure Light Wounds.
And that's 1d4, right?
They're 2d4 plus 2. Since you guys don't really have a healer, it's not a bad payment for you guys. You're not a healer.
Next time we level, I'll be closer to being a healer.
We'll see if you live that long. So,
Well, if I'm a tabaxi, I'm coming back as a bard.
oh really?
Or an artificer. But if I play an artificer, it'll just be to make a giant mech suit for the chicken. So.
Cool.
Chicken attack!
So the GTS crew make their way back to the Holy Hops Tavern, where Kai greets you with drinks, food, and
Yeah.
merriment.
I need a bath and a nap.
Yep. Agreed.
I do eat.
Someone's calling me from Liberty University.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
And with that, that is the end of the session
Woo!
and the story arc.
I liked that one. That was
That
fun.
was good. That one was fun.
Announcement wise, as I mentioned earlier, there is a new t-shirt up. That is Dungeon Havoc directly related and not just weird D&D jokes. So
Looks
if
cool.
you
Looks
head
cool.
over to dungeonhavoc.com, you too can wear Caleb's logo on you.
If you liked the puzzle of the portraits to get that ring, that puzzle was stolen and kind of repainted from the Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. So if you liked that, that book has a lot of different puzzles in it. For those of you who are interested.
And then next week should be a normal week. We should all be here unless John has something that's not on his calendar.
I don't think so.
And then, yeah, we should, the week after that, we have not decided upon yet because we are moving offices the day before and Caleb and I are going to the Poconos for vacation. But then after that...
I mean, we could probably do it in the office. We won't have... My biggest concern is going to be internet in the office, but we're not going to have that table for like a month. So we can always grab your dad's car if you want to grab the other wooden one from my house, and we can put those together for the time being.
Yeah. Or maybe the other one will magically show up.
No, it says it's not shipping till July 20th.
No, the one that already
shipped.
shipped.
The one that we already ordered.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But yeah, I think if it works out and we do it in the office, I think that would be awesome. But we'll see what happens that week.
But whenever we do move into the office, we are changing times for that.
Yes. So that'll probably be when we're back from vacation. That we're going to shift time to
2
to 4. We're going to push back by an hour. Make it a little easier for people to make it. So 2 to 4 Eastern time. And yeah, if you haven't joined us on the Discord, there should be a link in the description once Caleb adds it. And we would love to see you there to talk about random things. Other stuff. Oh, the other big announcement on the what day are we doing that? The 14th?
Wednesdays on the 14th, yes.
In probably the evening, most likely the evenings, on Wednesdays, we will have another game running, which will be me and our friend Howie.
On the 14th of July.
14th of July. So that's coming up, and that will be done using a system Caleb discovered and fell in love with.
Called Morkborg. It is an incredibly pleasant system. Full of nothing but happiness and rainbows.
I will be playing a gnome in a top hat.
Nice.
If I finish the top hat in time.
But yeah. Until then.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching. Please check out store if you want stuff. But other than that, thank you for playing.
And the store link will be in the description too in a little bit.
There you go. Buy some shirts.
Yes. And we love you all. Mwah.
Love. Thanks, John, for playing.
Of course. See you guys.
See ya.
Julie?